Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our weekly Shadowrun 5e game, Run the Flood. Tonight, I knew it. I knew it. I am your always unprepared GM, Softonomicon, also Cosmic GM. With me tonight, I have T103, played by Slippery Nos, Jason, played by our lovely Noscavian, Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodon, and Mojave, played by Daybreakathon. When we last left off with our runners, they had made their way through the absolutely demented As Technology facility. They had gone through many floors, seeing horrifying sights, getting tricked by an AI, spirit, who knows. They finally made it to the 9th floor, the floor right above what appears to be the center, or at least central point, of the facility. You all are faced with this massive machine that was wrapped in tendrils and binary code and tree branches and everything. It was the most chaotic mess of a thing you'd ever seen. You all tentatively moved your ways across the catwalks, eventually attempting to climb down the ladders. When the first of you had attempted to grip the ladder and begin your descent, you all suddenly felt a very strange feeling, like nausea or vertigo. The individuals on the ladders, we'll say it was Cloudy and Jason, quickly jumped back up as to not fall. But quickly, all of you feel your bodies drop to the ground, and you all wake up, and you are sitting in a very odd location. It is almost stark white and clean, pristine even. In one corner of the room lays a white cot, perfectly placed and laid out. There are bookshelves, scarcely having any books on them, maybe 4 or 5, but they are there, one laid out on the ground as if someone had been reading it. Most of the room is blank, save for that. And on the door, there appears to be a clipboard with some sort of chart on it. Once you all have kind of pulled yourself to your feet, you notice that Morningstar appears uneasy, confused. But before she can turn to you and say anything, you witness the twisted form of what Hammy's icon had been, this dark humanoid shape with a white face, reach out from behind Morningstar, clasp her mouth and across her shoulders, and drags her seemingly into thin air, and they are both gone. And you 4 remaining are now left in this room. What would you all like to do?
I would immediately like to slap myself in the face to see if this is real.
T is looking to Cloudy for some sort of explanation, since this seems like magic shit.
Cloudy is immediately flipping through the astral and just trying to see anything beyond just the white.
You look into the astral. Before you can even think to try to sense, your senses are bombarded. Everything here is almost flickering between darkness and utter light. Like everything is magical and not all at once. You cannot pinpoint what kind of magic you're even involved in, if it is exclusively magic.
The one that'd be able to help me, Cloudy will kind of just hold his head as if he's getting a massive migraine. Just got dragged off. I can't make heads or tails of this.
Yeah, man. Like
He will start
this
just cursing up a storm.
This
Give
is
him a hug.
this is really confusing. At least we have each other.
Great.
If the world is like flashing that way, Mojave looks even more disoriented and drunk than he normally does.
Yes, I'll say, Mojave, at least you are almost used to always being bombarded with a lot of information. But even you feel like one of your senses is missing, and it takes you a moment to realize which one. You're used to an astral sense and a physical sense always being in your eyes at the same time. But right now, your physical sight is gone. You have less vision now than you normally do.
Yeah, I figure Mojave slaps his face again just to see if it changes anything.
No, the world feels like a dream.
Sort of turns
Is there any-
and squints at the others.
Are there any notable dimensions to the space we're in, or is it just a big empty space?
It's a fairly large empty space. You'll notice the one thing about it is there's the area with the cot, the bookshelf, and there seems to be some kind of small window on that side. But then the room seems to extend more towards a doorway, and it almost looks like it's too long. It feels too long. Like there's this empty space where nothing is. There's no rug or mat. You're not sure if it's for, the comfort of the individual who would have been in here, moving around, or if something in here is missing. But I'd say the room as it is now is about 10 by 20.
Just out of curiosity, how does, to my magic eyes that are apparently even more magic eyes than normal, does T, look like he normally does?
No, he does not. When you're looking at T, normally T has dark spots on his body, covering most of where his cyberware is. It's common, as no soul is held inside those mechanical parts. But standing before you now, T is just a whole person. He still has his cyberware visually, but on the astral side, when you look to his soul, he's whole.
Wander up gingerly to T. Not sneaking exactly, but definitely just I am scared of this person, but also I want to poke his arm.
T, will you allow Mojave to poke your arm?
I don't even think even though Mojave is not sneaking, T is not paying attention to them in the least at that moment. So there is a successful poke to the arm, and the whole big shape turns to look down at Mojave.
I will say, Mojave, when you do poke his arm, it is solid. It feels like you're touching metal.
Sorry, Discord blipped a little bit there right as you were talking. I heard metal.
It feels as if, when you if you were normally touching it, it's metal, like it should be.
Kind of pokes T's arm again. This is something's weird here.
What are you doing?
I can see your arms. But not with the covers eyes with hands. Not with the with my other eyes. I can see your arms. Now, that's not normal.
I don't have
Yes.
a reference for that.
Cloudy has been on quite a number of different little astral adventures, where his astral self will just go wandering about. Does this feel at all similar?
Yes, there is a familiar feeling here. But there's also this sort of discomfort in the pit of your stomach. Like, there's a familiarity, but it's wrong.
I'm just gonna say, I think we're really here in the way that it probably matters what we do, but I don't think we're really here in the sense that we're all here. I think this is another weird thing, like the monster guy.
Yeah, like the monster guy. Cloud will go ahead and sit down and attempt to astrally project. Am I successful?
You are able to pull yourself from your body. You're able to project. But you are immediately struck by the realization that almost it's like nothing changed. Everything looks the same. There's still walls in the way. There's still a doorway.
But I can still turn back and see my body just kind of sitting there, but it's still overlaid.
Yes.
Almost.
Yes.
I'll zip back in. I have no what the fuck. What the fuck was that? What is?
Real
Oh,
weird. It's real weird.
that
This place
eliminates
ain't right.
my first idea, where we were forcefully astrally projected. Idea.
Nah.
Not a goddamn fucking. Okay.
Well,
Claudia
at
will
least
start
I'm in
walking
good
towards-
company then.
Yeah, that little door that you kind of was talking about with the too long hallway. There's a little corridor that seems like decently long, a little room. Or had I misheard that?
I may have not expressed it. It's the room that's
Okay.
seemingly too long for what's in it.
Oh, okay.
There is a
'cause I thought there was a little
door.
spot beyond
Yeah,
it.
no. There's a door to this room. It's on the sort of other side, where there's emptiness, and there is a clipboard on it that has some sort of paper, like a writing or what looks like maybe a chart.
Walking on over to it then, to the door.
Looking at the chart, you become very aware that the words are very muddled, like they've been dipped in water and the ink is smudged, save for the image of a person, like a picture and a name. The picture appears to be a much, much younger Morningstar, and the name next to it is Lydia Dawn.
Take the chart off the wall. Bring it on back to the group. Whatever it is, the one who knows wherever the hell we might be just got snatched.
Yeah, speaking of, I think I would be just sort of kicking around the thin air space that Scales got snatched from.
There's nothing there.
I did not expect there to be so.
This room is looking funky.
Go try
Should
to
I
open the door.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, you try the doorknob, the door just opens.
Oh, it's open!
Does my links fit through the door?
Your drones are gone.
Hey, where are my drones at?
Probably wherever Scales is. Probably wherever we are, like really are, because I don't think we're really here.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what here is.
Me neither. But
Oh,
I
is
do
this
think
another one of
here
those-
isn't there. I think we're actually there, but we're also here.
Are we in another one of those dream things like with that monster dude?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know how that worked. And now that I'm actually able to kind of suss it out, it makes it even worse. Astrally projected, but not astrally projected. Something
it's
physical
weird.
alongside the astral, but our body
Feels-
is not entirely being attached. I do not understand any of this.
I'll tell you, Cloud, it feels real weird from my angle, too. It's like I can see you, but my eyes aren't working.
Maybe there's a secret exit in a place we'd least expect it. Are there any cabinets, refrigerators, toilets, garbage
I was gonna
cans,
say,
anything
Jay,
like that
check
in
your
here?
pockets.
Jay checks his pockets for a door.
You do not find a door, but as you reach into your pockets, you do feel something that was not there before. Upon pulling it out, it is a small piece of paper. And it is just small square, like from a notepad torn out. Flipping it open, you just see "call me." And the number that is written is one you are very familiar with, because your father's phone number. Specifically, his office phone number.
Guys, I don't know how I got this note in my pocket. Maybe, I don't know. It's my dad's office number. I think we should not call him. Let's just go through the door.
Yeah, I agree with
Does-
not calling. Sure.
Does Cloudy know all the thing that happened with Jason's dad? Had that been established to the rest of the group before?
I think it has.
The group does know who Jason's dad is. Like, at least Jason's history with running away and that kind of stuff. I don't know if that came out before or after Cloudy joined.
I
But
think
I'm
the
sure
event-
it's probably
yeah,
come up.
I think the event of like it actually coming out was before Cloudy, because that was pretty early on. But I believe
Okay.
Cloudy might have suspicions that Jay's
Yeah.
someone important, given all of his connections to Ares.
If nothing else, I think the fact that the father is calling is something that has come up since Cloudy joined, even if the full explanation happened before.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yeah.
You know what?
There's
You know what?
enough
Then it's
for us to-
appropriate to.
yeah.
Oh. Then it's appropriate for Cloudy to ask, what's wrong with your dad?
Well, so my dad, first of all, he's overbearing, and he just wants me to, be groomed to become an Ares engineer and take over after him when he retires. And I'm not all about that. And secondly, when I ran away, he thinks my buddy T kidnapped me, so there's a whole big manhunt for me and my friend, or my friends and I.
Mhm.
So, you could just call him and tell him that you're not kidnapped.
That's my what do you believe it?
But you don't understand. If I call my dad, he will trace the number and send Ares to pick me up.
Yeah, Cloudy, what do you think's more likely?
Dreamscape?
What do you think more is likely, Cloudy? Big Corpo admits that there might be family problems, or continues to pin it all on the big, shifty-looking Trog?
100%, but we're on a weird astral mucky-wucky space. If there's anywhere there's not going to be tracing any of that to, it's here.
Still, though,
I mean-
even if this is a weird space, it's probably not a good idea to. Hi, scary thing. You want to come find me?
Hmm.
Anyway, the
if-
door's right here. You want to go? There's a room's
let's
not
go through the
happening.
door. Jay is gonna go through the door.
So the minute Jay crosses the threshold, he disappears.
Well, he's dead.
Jay, on your end, when you cross the threshold, you're kind of surprised that when you went through the door, you saw, white laboratory walls. It looked the same as the room. In fact, the window you could see out of, it's a normal laboratory hallway. The minute you're through the doorway, suddenly the walls are this sleek black metal. The floor is beautiful dark marble tiling. This whole space is much different. Much different design, much different aesthetic. And an aesthetic you are very familiar with. You're in your dad's office building. This is one of the Ares major buildings in Seattle.
Is there anyone around?
No, the hallway is empty.
And if I look back behind me, what do I see?
Absolutely nothing, just a blank wall.
Here's as soon as Jay disappears through the door, the gut instinct is to stick something through the door to see if it also disappears.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll grab Mojave by the back of the neck and push him through the door, but I'll keep holding him by the neck.
So, you pick Mojave up without any issue, given your strength versus Mojave's. Pick him up, push him through the door. Mojave, the minute you're past the door, you see the same thing as Jay, and you see Jay in front of you. Right across the threshold, T, not only is Mojave gone, but part of your arm seems gone. You can still feel it,
Right.
and, Mojave in your hand, but it's like right at the
Can I pull him-
threshold.
Can I pull him back through?
Yep. And Jay, you watch Mojave come out of here, see the hallway, and then get dragged right back in the wall.
Hold on, Jay wants
hold
to. I
on,
want to
hold
roll
on.
see if I can just grab one.
You gonna grab onto Mojave?
Mojave instinctively also grabs onto Jay.
So, you two grab onto each other. One of the lightest members of the group and one of the shortest. T just pulls you both right through. Mojave, it hurts a lot because T is holding the back of your neck. But yeah, no, T, you suddenly pull in both Mojave and Jay hugging.
I've never been fishing before, but does this count?
Dude,
you were
it's my
fishing
dad's
before.
office.
What?
You-
I'll
you
put
were-
Mojave down at this point, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That hurt.
I'm
It's my
sorry.
dad's office building.
Oh. Okay.
Glances
Did
reproachfully
you
at
want to
T.
call him before
endeavors
you
to-
got there? Before you arrived at his office?
Somebody else between me and T.
Are there any other doors?
Nope.
Yeah, I guess it's the only way is there. I guess I'll call.
I mean,
Uh,
or we could just. We could just keep walking. I mean,
Yeah.
either way.
All right, someone else go through first.
T will go through.
It is. Oh no.
T, we're just gonna, same thing happens. For everyone else, you disappear. You see that nice, dark, sleek, black hallway. In fact, given some of the, not actually lighting up anything, but red accent lighting in the ceiling, feels pretty comfortable. Very similar to how you look.
Jay will begrudgingly go back through the doorway.
Is everyone gonna
Mojave's
follow
still kind of rubbing his neck, glances at Cloudy.
Holds a hand out in front of him just to be like, you first.
Okie doke. In we through. In we through. In we go.
We go.
And we through. All right. Once you are all finally in the hallway, all of you hear a door closing noise from where you just came from. And if any of you
And
were
knocking on the
to...
now presumably solid wall.
yes, you got exactly where I was going with it. You are all now in a hallway. The hallway extends, basically, you were standing in the middle, forwards and backwards. It is completely straight. You do not see another door. But you do see signage. One of the signs says elevators, corporate offices, and the other sign says engineering bay.
I guess Jay will look at the phone and look at the number, and he will slowly dial it. It'll probably time out, so I have to close it and reopen the phone again and restart calling again, and it'll dial a little faster until the call can be completed.
So,
He'll close his eyes as he holds it up to its head.
you hold the phone up to your ear. It rings for a little bit, and finally, something picks up. In the background, you hear machinery and just a lot of mechanical noise. And then you hear someone yell, and you recognize this yell, you recognize this noise. When you were a younger child, about 12, you still had your obsessions with robots, and you went to work with your father. You ran deep into the machining bay and surprised someone. They hit a button, and an engine almost fell on you. You remember this pretty vividly because your dad grabbed you by the back of your shirt, pulled you out of the way, and he went on you. He started screaming and yelling. And you remember your father yelling at you about needing to be careful and why would you run away like that? And the whole time, he was shedding at least a couple tears. Even you knew your father was terrified. And as an adult, you know your father was only yelling because he was scared. Thought he was going to lose his son. And that's what you're hearing over the phone, is your father yelling at you. And then the phone hangs up.
Jay would, he'd look a little, I don't want to necessarily say pale, but a lighter purple.
A lighter shade of blue.
Yeah. He'll turn a little light blue. And
From blueberry to
he'll-
robin's egg.
Yeah, and he'll get a little tear and be a little coughed up. He's like, yeah, that's I recognize the voice. Me and my dad. My dad was yelling at me.
Right.
Yeah, engine almost fell on me and I got in trouble. Like a recording. That's good engineering.
Wait, hold on. Like
Sure.
a memory?
Yeah. My dad was so mad. I mean, he was so upset. He was mad because I almost got myself killed. You know, like he was scared because I was playing around heavy machinery stuff, and I almost got crushed. Like, he pulled me out of the way.
You heard that on the phone?
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard the machinery and the yelling, and that's not the kind of stuff you forget. So I remember the moment.
The earlier Scales had a thing with the little crown thing and the weird memory nonsense. Is it?
If me trying to look into the astral didn't scramble my eyeballs and start giving me a migraine, I might check. I'll check anyway. And Claudio will go ahead and try. He's gonna try with all his freaking hardest just to see a little bit of silver around Jay's head.
Roll a sensing.
A 4.
You will notice that not just Jay, but everyone here has one of these silver crowns. And you have the sickening feeling, so do you. These crowns are different than the ones you've seen before. At least on everyone else, you can see that the back of the crown, it seems as if it extends down, bends. Seems almost fluid. It lies down everyone's spine, linking down their legs, down their arms, and hooking around their wrists and their ankles as well.
I'll go ahead and close off my third eye before it gets too overwhelming. Like, Mojave, do you remember that one time when I messed up taking off the crown that seemed to spread?
Yep.
Digging deeper?
Yeah, we're doing. It says we're being hit by the memory thingy right now, ain't we?
Yep. And it's in deep. Oh, they're in real deep.
Well, let's hope we can figure shake it off.
Pretty sure if I try to rip them off, it's just going to knock me out. The one on
Yeah,
me.
no.
What do they do? Are they actually that bad?
The last time one was on T, they punched me into next week, and I would have been dead if we weren't in a place like this.
Also, that
Did
snake
I
skeleton
punch
guy
you?
who was dead was wearing one.
I
Two.
don't have any memory of punching you.
When we were fighting the monster thing, yeah, you went a bit funny, T.
Oh. I don't have any... You weren't you to me.
I'm
How are you still
Not-
alive?
because we were in a place like this.
Huh.
We weren't real, but also it was not pleasant.
Well,
Alright, guys. We're all heroes, so let's make a pact that we won't punch each other. or hit each other with any, rail cannons or anything like that. Or mana bolts.
I
You
wasn't planning on it.
He'll turn
And
to
like you
Mojave.
just said,
Feel free to hit us with
I
med
think
kits.
we were us.
Thumbs up. I don't you worry, Jay. I already took an oath. I'm very nearly a doctor.
I don't disagree that you're probably very heroic, Jay. I don't think I'm going to count as a hero in that situation.
No, you're like Batman. You're a hero, but you're like dark and gritty.
I don't think Batman killed people.
Okay, you're like the Red Hood.
and enjoyed it.
The, the Punisher. Wait, hold on. Can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The
Oh,
discipliner.
You're like you're
The disciplinarian.
the disciplinarian or the punisher.
Maybe. I do not want to punch any of you.
Second
I'll say
thumbs
that
up.
much.
Well, let's head to engineering and see if any engines fall on my head.
Yeah, what are you going to do if we get there and there's a little you getting screamed at?
Relive childhood trauma of nearly dying and being saved.
Hey, it's cheaper than therapy, right?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, killer, let's go.
Jason, small question.
Yeah. Small guy
Does
for a
that same
small
memory
question.
just replay?
Is
if you
the
call
phone when we? He'll try to call the number again.
You attempt to call the number again, and it just goes dead.
Try to call my phone. I'm curious.
Jay tries to call T.
You attempt to call T's phone. And T, your phone actually rings.
Oh, okay. Check the number.
Check the number, and it says unknown.
That seems correct. I'll put my phone back in my pocket. You can hang it up.
Jay's still holding on to the phone. It went to voicemail, guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not answering the phone.
Jay will leave a voicemail message. Be like, hey T, giving you a call. Have a good one. Hang up.
Do I have a new voicemail?
That's a special tool that'll help us later.
Ooh.
So, if I'm correct, you all are going to head off to engineering?
Yeah.
Believe
Yeah.
so.
So, you all make your way down the hallway. And the hallway starts off pretty normal, pretty straight, and then starts to kind of go a bit wonky. Parts of it become slightly jagged. It almost seems to get slightly smaller. And by the time you're in engineering, parts of the wall are just not right. They're not correct. Like, blurred, unrendered, that kind of thing. Upon opening the door to engineering, it's become almost worse. In this room, almost everything is blurred, out of focus, save for a few things at the center of the room. A large car lift type device, hydraulic lift, that is holding up what appears to be a very large engine block. There is what appears to be some shape of a person at its controls. The individual's not moving, almost like they're a statue. And then standing next to this engine block is a much more clear and vivid image of a person. And Jay, you immediately recognize this man as your father. And for everyone here, it probably would be a little hard to tell that this would be Jay's dad. Jay, you're aware that Nartaki, which you are rare. And only one of your parents actually is. And it's not your dad, it is your mother. So this man, though facially similar to Jay, is of normal human descent. Seemingly Indian descent man. About middle-aged here. Maybe only 40.
That's my dad, and I think that was the engine that fell.
Looking around the room, are there any loose objects lying around?
Yeah.
I guess the best way to put it is kind of on the table. There appear to be shapes that might be loose objects, but they're blurred, out of focus. They almost look like they're not really there.
I would like to try to pick up one of these blurry, unrendered objects.
As you reach in, you are able to grasp something that does feel solid, but if you try to pull it, it doesn't. It's like it's glued to the table.
Keeps pulling at it, tries to catch T's eye.
What? What are you doing? What is that? What is that? What is
I don't know. Try picking it up.
Okay. Reach down with my enormous fat fucking fingers and try to pick up this object.
You also grip the object, and as you pull, it's like you're trying to pull up a slab of concrete. It doesn't move. It doesn't even jostle.
Weird, isn't it?
I don't think it's real enough to be picked up, yeah.
Claudio, go ahead and doing like a little pace around the room, like outside of Jay's dad. Does it kind of like radiate just less and less detail from him?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
There's also a point where you kind of reach an area where it's like you can see that there should be detail, but it's like running against an invisible paint, like an invisible skybox in a game, where there's stuff there, but no, it's flat. It's not really there. It would only look like it's there if you were standing on that path where you would cross Jay's father and that engine block.
So it's just imagery painted on a wall, effectively. It's
Yes.
just- That's gross. All right. Okay.
Trying to knock over the half-rendered coffee cup.
I don't think that stuff's done loading in, bud.
Fun to poke.
You want me to go try to pick up Jay's dad?
Yo!
Oh
Not
no.
while he's not here. Skavian's chair can't talk. He may be able to support us, but he can't talk for the man.
I see the quiet desperation in its eyes.
The quiet desperation
Yeah.
of Skavian's chair.
It does look realer. You might
Oh.
be able to pick him up if you went over there. Might not be a good idea, but you probably could.
Yeah. There is a distinct possibility that we're all going to end up getting some sort of bullshit like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's not. There's no maybe there.
Yeah. Full disclosure, when we get to mine, if any of you touch anything, the punch rule might be off. So let's
Hands
just
immediately
pass-
up.
So let's just pass through mine quickly and quietly. Keep the tour pushing. I'm not interested in going back there.
Did you want me to like close my eyes and plug my ears during the
No.
thing?
I you're probably the one I trust to pass through without any problems. I will be hoisting these two over my shoulders, though, because I don't trust them to not touch anything.
Endeavors to look guilty. I mean, I won't touch anything because you asked me not to.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen to me if we interact with mine, and yeah. Let's
I
not.
mean, we also don't really know what we're in for one way or the other.
Yeah. Not all
Whether
this is
it's,
busted. Tap
only
on the
way-
back of his head.
Out is through, or just end up going deeper and deeper and deeper till we die.
Yeah, that can happen.
Ah, jeez.
I do think it's interesting that we're all here together.
Yeah, no, not
That,
not-
or I'm
not
just
gonna lie.
hallucinating all of you.
When
Hmm.
T first walked through without Jay, I expect us to walk into his instead.
Oh, true.
So at this point, I am I'd honestly prefer to walk in first and see if I can't get the rest of y'all's off after, so we don't have to go through that.
Huh, I wonder
But
whether
I don't
if there's
know.
one for me, if it would be mine or if it would be Oliver's.
Same guy, right?
Or
weren't you like a bird first or something? You were the bird
I'm
at
not-
first?
maybe? Kinda?
What if yours
Yes
is just
and
you
no.
shitting off of a branch onto a car or something?
I mean, I don't think I was a real bird. I was
Hmm.
like spiritual potential? Something?
We could just hunker down and wait for Scales to save us. I'm pretty sure she's not here with us.
I think we might need to go and save her.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
I think we should probably focus on trying to save ourselves. And then if we need to save her afterwards, that's what we're gonna do. And then if she saves us in the meantime, then we don't gotta save ourselves anymore.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Well, Jay is busy having his maybe flashback. I don't know.
Having an
Cotter's
existential
like,
crisis in the corner.
I'm
So Jay gets crushed by a
oh no!
I'm gonna
might go
gonna
ahead
kill
and
him.
look back the way we walked, and look at like the elevators, the other offices. Where do those start to haze out?
Oh, once you've walked into engineering, the door itself has become fuzzy.
Oh,
So making itself behind us.
so it is.
It's only as real as it needs to be, I guess.
So now we're stuck in the skybox. Well, the person forced to go through the trauma isn't here. No.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him. So the engine
Here's a
falls,
question.
cracks Jay on the head, and now he's knocked out. You all may move forward.
Great, I lift his father.
You cannot. Oh my fucking god!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Hey, buddy, I almost just murdered you. How you doing?
You're
I'm sorry.
You know this is your memory, right?
and that we're all stuck in it.
Yeah, but my
I understand.
I'm
Probably.
sorry.
I know you had real life stuff. All right, Jay is back in functional land. So T attempts to pick up your dad.
oh, T, why are you picking up my dad?
To see if we can.
Science.
Uh-huh.
And look, I can't.
Because the rest of the fuzzy things couldn't be picked up.
Yeah.
Heck,
It's like it's
The
glued to
wall-
the ground.
the wall I'll walk up and it's basically like up to a skybox and it's just painted further sections is padding. Like an image that looks like it should keep on going, but doesn't.
This isn't a real place. It's only as real as it needs to be.
Yeah. Weird, right?
So I guess Jay will go up to his dad. He's like, "Hey, Dad, do you have any messages for my friends and I?"
Your father's visage does not look at you. He just seems to be very focused on some paperwork that's in his hand. And you remember this sequence. This is what caused you to run forward. So you were trying to get your father's attention. He would not pay attention. And then you saw a giant engine block and were like, oh. So you ran behind a worker without warning them, and they didn't realize what had happened and messed up. So this appears to be right before the event. This is your memory of right before. Oh, what just happened?
I don't know.
All right,
just-
guys, I
Oh,
remember this from the memory. I know what I gotta do, and then Jay will just bolt out under the engine block.
Oh my god.
See,
We
I
tried to stop him.
I run under the engine block, and then I'm supposed to spook somebody, and then it falls on me.
What if it really falls on you and you die?
But my dad's supposed to save.
Yeah, but what if this is a trick to get you to do that so that whatever's got us here can actually step on you?
Nah.
Oh, all right, yeah, God bless. I'll pray for you.
Are you gonna
Jay
go?
runs under. Yeah.
Jay, you go running forward, and all of you can hear the audio of this situation play out. A sound of a woman going, ah! And then the sound of a crane basically squeal. A crane's metal squealing, a chain snapping, and the very loud bang of an engine block falling. The whole room sort of goes very fuzzy and dark. Like in most people's memories when an event occurs, they sort of isolate, only really remembering the very important parts of the scene. Jay, upon turning around, your father has now changed positions. He is now leaned over, holding an empty space, as you cannot see yourself in your own memory. At this point... Oh, yes?
I was gonna say, Jay steps into the empty space.
Upon stepping into the empty space and completing this memory, the whole room lights back up. You are in the engineering bay again, but this time, the engineering bay is almost completely full. Just normal, rendered in. And there is a door on the other side of the engineering bay that is a garage door. It is pulled up, and outside of it appears to be, well, the outside. Daylight, actually.
Oh, hey guys, it's daylight outside. Let's break one out. This marathon will be over.
This is just the first baton.
We can try it.
Yeah. I mean, the alternative to going forward is just stand here forever, and that's less interesting.
Who's going first?
Didn't you say you wanted to?
Yeah, you said you wanted to, right? I'll go again if you want. But again, if we get to mine, we're just passing through. We're not touching anything. We're not talking to anybody.
All right. Claudio, go ahead and walk on outside.
Upon walking outside, for everyone else, you disappear. For you, it is still daylight outside. In fact, it's very harsh daylight. In fact, it's something you're familiar with, Cloudy. It takes a moment to register, but this is a village in Atslan.
Which village in Atslan?
A village that used to house a very important person in your life. You know this route. You used to walk it. Because see them. You know exactly the route around this village, and something similar to Jay's. A lot of the area outside of that pathway you know and know very well is very fuzzy. You don't always remember paying attention to it. You're always too focused. In the air, there's the smell of marigolds and flowers and spices. The village is alive and happy. Feels comfy, almost. you would completely forget how close a NAS technology facility is to here. I assume everyone else is going to also walk outside along with Cloudy.
Jay jumps out.
Jay's memory forever. Why would I do that?
So, you all come out to the same thing. Upon looking behind you, it is a kind of white wall, very stuccoed, red brick on top. Very old world feel to this place. Very old world. This place hasn't changed in what must be a good couple 100 years. It's probably one of the last places that still looks like this. And Cloudy, you know that nowadays, in the real world, it doesn't look like this anymore. This whole place was trashed.
Well, this is nice.
And Cloudy just has full-on look of just sad. And you said there were like marigolds and little flowers along the way, like, or was it just the scent?
It was just the scent in the air of marigolds and flowers and spice.
Okay. He will go ahead and drag a hand along the wall that we just came from, like really reminiscing, before slowly trudging as if he has 100-pound weight on his back down towards the village.
So this is your memory thing, isn't it, Cloudy?
Yeah, it is. And that's all that's left of this place now.
Sorry to hear that. Where are we?
You know what? I have a flair for being a jackass to people. We're gonna name this village Corazon.
Yeah. Small little village of Corazon. Just outside what was once a small Aztec facility. And walk on down, towards the village square kind of thing?
You're actually walking a little bit
Where does
outside
this
the
appear to be
village.
focused on? Yeah.
Yeah, this is focused on the path to, I will just use her name if I'm reading my notes correctly, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
This is on the way to Maria's home. And upon getting closer, you actually hear, everyone hears, a woman's laughter. Cloudy is very aware of this laughter, very familiar. Coming around the corner, you see a small home, modest but very nice. Outside the front are beautiful plants, cactuses, nice arid weather flowers. The door is open and letting air in through the whole house. There's a warm smell in the air, something like meat and bread. And standing in the doorway, looking out towards you, is a woman. Cloudy, you have obviously seen her before. This is Maria. The rest of you have never seen this woman. Very beautiful, clearly Atslan. I realize my notes doesn't actually tell me if she was an elf or a human.
She was a human woman.
Human woman. Atslan, human woman. And she's just standing there, warm and smiling.
And there's heartbreak visibly on his face as he walks a little bit closer. And he mimes to the motions he used to do, giving her pecks on both of her cheeks before giving her a big ol' hug.
Upon that, you giving her the hug. She's only solid for a moment, but after the gestures are performed, your arms fall through, The doorway is empty. The house is dark inside. It is now later time of day. This is no longer this afternoon heat, this gentle warmth. This is a much colder time, right before night. This house is freezing. Smell in the air is something more akin to smoke and chemicals. Will you enter this home?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Upon entering the home, you are struck with the sound. It doesn't seem to really come from anywhere in particular. It's just sort of there, always audible. And it is Maria's voice. And she is having an argument with you. Sadly, it was one of the last times you two spoke. It was an argument about your work. And that you worked too dangerously. And you needed to be more careful. That was the last things you really said to each other. You never got the chance to say goodbye. For everyone else, obviously, you are sort of watching Cloudy go through this. You also can hear this argument in the air. Both sides, including Cloudy's voice. Is there anything you all would like to do here?
It would be disrespectful to poke things in this scene, so no.
Yeah, giving Cloudy as much privacy as possible, considering we're just fucking there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just ignoring the fact you're back there. I'm walking to the spot I'd been when I had the conversation. And
walk to
then
that
walk back out. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You walk to that spot. And you are closer to the back of the home, where you can see out the back windows. And there's a sound out there. Someone walking up. You can hear the clicking of a lighter. You know who's out there. Someone who came to talk to you after all of this was over. When you were a little bit too far. You were upset. Something that finally pushed you and made you hate them. You know, outside that door is Bloody Mary. The last time you actually got to talk to her and see her. All of you move out to the backyard, and you are all greeted with this visage. A tall woman, blonde hair. She's wearing... I guess what best would be to put this is a green power suit. In her hand, she holds a cigarolo, which is like a smaller, thinner cigar. She's in the process of clicking a lighter, and the flame seems to be frozen in time as she lights her cigar.
What I had been doing for this shit. I look back towards the rest of the group, and I can't remember what I did for this.
Broad-shouldered shrug.
Yeah, Mojave also shrugs.
No. reach into my pocket, find another cigarolo, and hold it up to the lighter.
As you follow your way through this memory, you do. And suddenly, the backyard is full and clean. It is maybe midday, kind of empty. The air of familiarity almost feels like it's left this place. Something similar had happened with Jason's engineering bay. The minute the memory is over, there's this lack of familiarness to it all. Almost just like it's an image. But at the back of this area is a gate. And that gate is now swung wide open. You all can see a back street on the other side, but by this point, I'm sure you're all very aware that that's not where that gate leads.
I am gonna continue to smoke that cigarolo and not get anywhere near that damn gate.
So, who wants to go through the gate first?
You know?
So
Oh, you're saying?
I was gonna say, I guess it's up to Mojave or T who wants to share the story next.
You know, yeah, I had thoughts. But also, what would happen? Is it picking based off who? Is it we just coincidentally get it? What would happen if you went through first again, Jay?
Ooh, that's a good question. Jay goes through.
Jay goes through?
Yeah.
There he goes. There he goes.
Jay, you head through the doorway. On the other side, you are standing on a street in Seattle. It is currently raining. You are outside of a bar. You can hear a commotion inside. Something like yelling and calling, and then a crash, smash of a table, breaking of pool cues. And finally, the sounds of hydraulics and crushing meat. As everyone else enters in, it replays. T, you're actually aware of this memory too, though you definitely weren't standing here when it occurred. You know for a fact those hydraulics are you. This is the night that, in big air quotes, Jay was kidnapped. This is the night that a knight errant died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, T,
Remember
this
this
is when I caught up to you and we had that like bar fight thing.
Yeah, this is where I had a bar fight thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You wanna go in or see if we can keep walking, or
Jay walks in too.
hold escape to skip cutscene? We can just keep going. Oh, we're going in? Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. Going to the bar.
You all enter through the door of the bar, and you all are confronted with not the inside of a bar, but instead, you are confronted with a very dingy, dark, almost dusty location. There's a smell in the air like metal and just mustiness. In this room, there are a few things. Seems to be a punching bag against one wall. There's a couple cages against the other. There's this sand surrounded by a wooden walkway as the floor. And it almost looks like a pit, like a fight pit of some kind. There's blood staining the sand, the wood, almost everything in this space. There are no sounds here. It is empty and dark and quiet. And none of you have a memory about this.
I don't remember the inside of the bar looking like this.
Doesn't look like a bar.
No, this isn't the bar at all.
And none of you, this doesn't. Just sort of looking at everybody's faces for any hint of recollection.
Hmm.
Huh.
This could be a Scales memory.
Or it could be the other guy.
What other guy?
You know, the Mimes, the spider droid.
Hammy?
Yeah, that guy.
The
Could
guy
be
we're
him.
gonna kill later?
Or
Because, I mean, there were other
be your-
people here.
it could be your other half.
Who, me?
Looking right at Mojave.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Because I remembered stuff from when I was him. And it didn't seem like this. I mean, it could be. I don't know anything, but I don't think so.
There is a sand walkway. You could walk the sand.
I would like to look around for any objects that look like they might be interactable.
You look around
Press
for
A to
interactable
steal.
objects. Press A to steal. Mojave, you run around looking to, press A on everything, try to steal something. And eventually you will kind of run your hand along a wall. And you'll find a door. It's almost
No.
sunken in. But you're able to grab the door handle and pop it open. What stretches out in front of you appears to be a very dimly lit hallway. Similar in style, you can still smell the metal scent in the air, but the sort of breeze that comes through this doorway is a little fresher than this room.
Hey guys, I found a thing!
Wait.
Jay hurries over.
Shuffle on over.
It looks like a
And-
wall, but it's not the wall, it's a door.
My God.
Yeah.
Those monsters.
T, do me a favor and roll a memory test.
Oh, sure. Where the fuck is that? I found it. Blop 2.
That's enough. T, upon seeing this hallway, you do remember it.
Hmm.
It's difficult to remember this time in your life. This is very early, and you didn't think you could remember this time anymore. Because this is back before they changed you. The little bit of time that you were still the original T. This
Oh
place...
shit, this is my middle school.
Huh?
This is my middle school. That coffee's so bad. I guess you were in the bad part of Seattle. It's not. This is a Halloweener's base. This is a back room at a Halloweener's location.
Yeah, this is where I went to middle school, guys.
What kind of
Was it
kind
middle
of
school?
did you go to, man?
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get out of here unless we go down. So, just go ahead. Let's go.
Where's like all the computers and interactive screens and stuff?
What's in the middle of?
What?
What?
I don't know. I don't remember this myself for the most part.
So I assume you all are going to trek down this hallway.
Yeah, Teal go first this time since it's pretty obviously his turn.
Mojave has his hands in his pockets, decidedly not touching stuff anymore.
As you make your way down this hallway, you are all immediately struck with the sounds kind of emanating from various doors in this hallway of men and women, loud voices, bottles are sometimes breaking, there's sounds of someone getting punched. There's a mix of angry revelry, screaming. You can't really tell if this is a good or a bad thing. It just sounds like a bunch of nutso people just partying, maybe? Or they're fighting. It could be one, it could be the other, could be both.
Merriment or murder? It's always hard to tell.
Merriment or murder. But underneath it all, there is a very odd voice, kind of underneath everything. It stands out because, unlike the screaming and yelling, it is soft, almost gentle. It is a lullaby. It is a woman singing, and it is definitely a lullaby. But it is not in a language any of you recognize.
Move
Looks
forward to
at
try
the-
to find the source of the merriment murder.
T, roll a memory test.
Oh my god.
This is just to see if you remember what door you're looking for.
We're gonna get locked out of the cutscene. Hold on. I do not have a great map. 1!
You're gonna have to take a shot and guess. You got 3 doors to choose from.
I don't know where the fuck we are, guys. Middle door.
Middle door?
Middle door. Middle door.
Middle
I think
door.
if it's the wrong one, the knob won't work, right? Jiggle, jiggle.
You open the door, and you are confronted. All of you are confronted with a sight that T, you actually do kind of remember. You had this memory occur while in the facility, you know, the Aztec facility, before you all ended up in the dream dimension. You all enter into a room. It is very blue in here. There is a large glass container at the back that holds a probably maybe 10-year-old looking little girl. Very pale white hair. She wears an oxygen mask and eyes closed, floating in this liquid. There are wires connected from this tube to multiple things in this room. There is sort of a messy operating table sort of set in front of her. Kind of this room looks like a partial operating room, maybe. But a lot of the other things in this room seem to be life support for this individual.
Yeah, I don't think this is the right door, guys.
Oh, shoot. T, whenever you have another, if you'd like to re-roll your memory test, or I guess you could you get a re-roll, or you could keep that re-roll for later. Shiv gave you a re-roll.
I'll keep it for the next memory test, because its memory stat is no good.
Understood.
I mean, this
Okay,
could be a
Captain.
wrong room, but the fact that it's real and it's not all blurry and stuff that's something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Starry Eyes.
Could be.
I don't see what that has to do with me, so... Mojave, left or right door?
Hi. Left?
Okay. Shift over to the left door and open it.
You pop open the left door. You all are confronted with a room. It is sort of this... I guess... Think of, like, old sanatoriums that have, like, the long rooms of various beds. The only difference with these beds versus that is all of them have restraints. On almost every one of the beds, there appears to be a small figures ranging from very tiny to almost adult-sized. All of them are strapped down with the sheets completely covering them. Some of them appear to be softly moving or breathing. But towards about the back of the room, there is a woman. Tan skin, very long, dark black hair. She has what appears to be, with no cyberware in sight, no metal, no real muscle, a small T. With his head on her lap, she is gently stroking his head, which appears to have some hair at one point, and she is singing a lullaby in a language you do not recognize.
Well, I'm not crawling into her lap, guys. I'm promising you that.
Do you know who she is?
Fuck no, some crazy bitch.
Fair enough.
I need... Let's see, who actually would have had a view of this? Oh, it'll be really hard, but Cloudy and Mojave have seen this individual in person before. But not
Oh,
the way
God.
she is now. You are going to have to roll for it.
All right, let's see how this goes. A 2.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh my
things.
God.
There you go. So Mojave,
Ooh.
upon racking your memory and linking it to something else, she reminds you of a photo you actually saw once. But she also reminds you of the more modern day version of this woman. It's difficult when you're in the astral trying to really see the physical world and only really seeing someone's soul, especially when someone's soul is so dark, twisted, and massive. This woman sitting here before you is Manananggal.
Mojave just sort of goes pale upon the realization. Points and steps a few steps back.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's her!
Oh no, it's that lady.
Nod, nod, nod.
Uh,
Is... That's... Mime's bat wings.
What are you? Okay, how many
Stop
words?
it.
How many words?
Flapping
Any
his
words?
arms.
Yeah. Doing charades?
Wh-
What are we doing?
It's her!
Are you-
It's her. Who?
Big Bird?
404? Is it
No,
404?
no, no.
Oh my god, am I 404 son? Am I one of them?
No,
Oh
it's
my
the scary
God.
lady!
Oh,
Which scary lady? There's like 3.
is it
It's
not mine, right?
Manananggal.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's her. It's her. I've seen. It's hard to forget that. It's hard to
Dude.
forget.
It's hard
His
to forget her looking
babysitter
back.
/ caretaker
okay.
was Monon and Mongol.
Yeah, I guess. Apparently, look at that. Well, I don't know. I can't see myself, I don't think. She's just being weird over there for me.
You actually can see yourself in her lap, and you realize that I'm gonna give this. If you turn around, there's a mirror on the wall, so you realize the reason in this memory you can see yourself is because there was a mirror there. You did see yourself.
Oh, okay. I'll walk over to the pair.
Upon walking over, everyone is confronted with some audio, much like you were in the audio memories for Cloudy and for Jay. Don't worry, little one. You will be perfect. I'm sure of it. You will be the best creation I have ever made. And I will be so proud of you.
Shudders.
Arguably, she has succeeded to this point. She looks like a human here. She looks like a... Isn't she a spirit, you guys said?
You know of Monongal supposedly being she seemed like, from all accounts, she's a blood spirit. That's what Cloudy and Mojave saw in the astral. That is a giant fuck off blood spirit. But here, she kind of appears to be... It takes a minute. She kind of looks like an elven woman, but a lot of the elven features are sort of toned down. The ears don't have as much of a point to them. They're slightly rounded. The face is sort of a little more human. If this is an elf, which the little bit of point makes you think so, a very humanoid elf. Very human looking. We're going to go slightly race indeterminate.
I don't think there's anything I can do here to complete the memory, guys. I barely remembered it. Let's try the other door? I don't know what to do here.
Maybe if you sit in her lap.
Yeah, Jay, you want me to sit in her lap?
Looks at the humanoid-sized form. Looks at how huge T is.
I can do that. Maybe. He's gonna like put his hands. He's gonna put his hands on his knees. He's gonna lean over real far and like look at the little fucking baby T in the lap.
You think you could pick her up?
Your child form is laying on his side in the bed with just his head up on her thigh. You actually have a very peaceful expression on your face. Your eyes are just barely open, and you start to have this memory shift back. Almost like you're kind of finding it again. And you're kind of awash with a very strange sensation. You remember more of the emotions of this night than any actual events. You remember the smells, and everyone in the room starts to just smell blood. Just overpowering scent of blood. And T, you remember that smell. You remember fear. You remember being terrified. The sound of your own heavy breathing as you desperately ran through these hallways. You remember dragging doors open, eventually grasping this room's door, pulling it open, and running into Manananggal. You were terrified. You remember her putting her hand on the back of your head, pulling you into a hug, and it's like all of that fear disappeared. It was just gone. You just didn't feel it anymore. You felt calm, happy, content. She carried you over to this bed, laid you down, sang you a lullaby until you fell asleep.
I think Manananggal might have raised me for longer than my parents did. Depending. I do not remember any of it.
Making a face at the overwhelming smell of blood.
It's kind of intense. Jay has like a worried look on his face.
I just remember when I saw her in the real world, I was pretty sure she was gonna eat me.
There's one more door, I guess. Because, well, god damn it. I'll try to sit in this woman's lap, satisfy Jay's curiosity, because maybe he's right.
So yeah, I'm just gonna give this because this makes a lot more logical sense than trying to sit down. You can just get on your knees and lay your head down. That is satisfying enough.
Crush the woman like a bug!
Upon doing this, the memory actually shifts. And this is much later. And you all hear crying. A little girl crying. Turning around to the center of this room, you see a young man on the ground. He is bleeding from his nose and from his temple. He appears to have been beaten very severely. Also on the ground is a young girl, seemingly the same one who had been in the tube earlier. Long, pale white hair. Her pink eyes are just full of tears as she's sort of leaning back, terrified and looking up at an empty space.
Oh, shit.
What's going on?
Jay, cover your eyes.
Just a little like... Why am I just imagining like the top two go over the eyes, but then so do the bottom two? He's like, I'm double covering my eyes.
I'll step over into the empty space.
You step over into the empty space, and everyone is flooded with the sounds of a fight. It, from the, tone of voices of the two combatants, it sounds like two young men, probably teenagers. There are some yellings around. One of these young men, a bit of a higher pitched voice, screams out, Trog. And the only response to that word is sound of a little bit of pneumatics and the crunch of someone's nose being broken. And, oh goodness, let me go find it. My notes are messed up. Shit. T's real name once I find it. Someone says T's real name and says, please stop. Danzig.
It's, Danzig, yeah.
Yes. Someone says, Danzig, please stop. And it sounds like a young woman's voice. And you also hear another young man, but you don't see any other person here. Or if there are, it's very fuzzy. Another young man's voice calls out, Ziggy, you gotta stop now. You're gonna kill him.
Oh, God, tell me it wasn't Ziggy. God damn it.
Yeah, Mojave, there is definitely a sidelong glance at T the moment Ziggy is said.
Yeah, head snaps back. If you ever call me fucking Ziggy, I swear to God, I'll reenact this all over you.
Mime zipping lips.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate your cooperation.
It's like glitter in the eye nonetheless.
This is why I didn't want to do this, Here we are doing this.
Hands up, lips still sealed.
Cloudy will literally take another drag from that cigarillo that's starting to get right down to the nub. Say
Look
nothing
around
else.
the room. Look around the space slowly. Has anything changed, or is it still just this empty spot here?
once you're standing in the empty spot and the memory has at least auditorily played out, this flash you see before you, bringing back this feeling, you are starting to remember this memory. It's fuzzy and it's almost busted. Something similar to the original one where you can remember the memory, but it's like you have to work harder to remember the emotions about it, which is kind of almost locking away this part of your past. The emotions here were something you're familiar with: anger and rage. You have a image in your mind of the young man on the ground pushing the younger woman down, yelling at her. And then you sort of stood up, the yelling turned to you, and you decked him hard enough to break his nose. This seems to have been a defense of this young girl. And given that she's much older now, probably about 14, it is very easy to tell that this is Starry Eyes. 14 to 20 doesn't always change someone that much.
Yeah.
The memory fades, and you are all now standing in the room.
I'm still not really sure what all that even was.
I think those were your memories, man.
Yeah, I don't. We were just there, and I don't remember like half of it. Some of it I recall as it happened, but I don't remember the rest.
Maybe you've got like amnesia or something.
Probably got something to do with the box in the back of my head.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it just locked away all the bad memories.
Great.
So,
What room are we in now?
you were in the leftmost room. I assume you may want to make your way down to the rightmost room.
Yes. I don't know why I got 3 doors. Everyone else got 1 door. I get 3 doors. Just mumbling the whole way.
I kind of got 2 doors. The bar.
Alright, well. Then I got 4 doors.
Oh, okay, yeah, that we kind of shared that one.
Yeah.
So,
That was our bro door.
you enter.
Lips still sealed, eyes still glittering.
So,
The name
you enter
Ziggy
in-
is unspoken on the tip of his tongue.
Son of a bitch!
Childhood nicknames are great, aren't they? So, as you enter into the rightmost door, you are confronted with a scene. It is a much cleaner version of that fight pit. And this one is almost excruciatingly vivid. Everything in here is vivid. And the minute you're in here, T, unlike the others, this is uncomfortably immediately to the forefront of your mind. And you remember exactly what this is. This was the first day that they tested your recording capabilities. That's why this is so vivid, is this is something locked deep in your head, and you have never gotten rid of this recording. It is in there. In this sequence, this is the first time any of you have witnessed motion in a sequence. It plays out in a bit of a loop, but a younger T, not as modified as he is today, only parts of his arms, parts of his neck, is currently in combat with a young man, similarly kitted out, maybe almost a little bit more than T is now. He is attempting to fight T using what appears to be some form of simple sword versus hand-to-hand of all things. Doing his best, but T is taller than him, as this young man appears to be human, and he is an orc, and by this age, T is much bigger than him. The younger, skinny man jumping around, the fight continues. All T needs to do is hit him about 3 times with a good shot. And every time you can hear metal and bone just crunch and crack. The boy falls to the ground, and the memory ends with 2 older gentlemen wearing masks and the colors of the Halloweeners coming over, grabbing the young man, and just under their breath saying, "Damn, gotta fix the kid again. Fuck it, let's just sell him." And then the memory ends. Like it's stops, pauses, cuts. Unlike the others that fade, this just cuts. Also, I will say, this young man who you were fighting, very skinny, very lithe. He has short, cropped, bright white hair and pink-red eyes. They are not cyber eyes. They are his real eyes. He appears to have albinism. In fact, a similar albinism to his sister. And T, you know very vividly well, this is Kelsey's sister. Kelsey is Starry Eyes. You do know her name. This
Yes.
young man is named Avery. This is Avery Carter. You all actually have seen Avery before. Commonly with Starry Eyes, there is a very cybered out man with white hair. This is the younger version of him.
Oh. It's all connected.
Yeah. He's always been a bitch.
He's pretty cybered out now, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess so. Probably has a bigger budget than I do.
Well, when we make it big, you can get all the cyberware, man.
Assuming your dad doesn't brick me first, yeah.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really a kidnapper. You're more like a bodyguard. You're keeping me alive. My dad should thank you.
You followed me. If anything, you framed me for this.
Hey, it wasn't like that, man.
No, I know, but I mean, order of operations is kind of what happened. I didn't mind you following me, but they're gonna sell me up shit creek the moment they find us.
I'll try not to let that happen.
Yeah, we just gotta not be found.
Yeah, we won't get found.
Do you have any other siblings?
I think I'm an only child, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm an only child.
So if I just kill your dad, you are in charge now, and then you can pardon me.
I mean,
Right?
no, my dad's not in charge of Ares. He's just like a head engineer.
Oh, okay. So there's people I got to get before him.
I don't think it's gonna like be good to just try to kill him. You know, that's like too high profile, man.
Left arm, broad, sweeping gesture to the space around them. I'm not good at a lot of things, Jay. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
We should
Hopefully-
get you another hobby.
Well, I used to drink.
We can get you a different hobby.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll start painting minis.
Yeah!
Yeah, you could you could paint minis, or
Yeah.
oh, you could paint a picture of oh, never mind.
Hmm?
I was saying you
Nice.
could paint some pictures for the people from your memories.
That sounds horrible.
Or you could just like build them little
That's-
model kits or something.
All the people from my memories are kids I beat within an inch of their life. I don't.
I mean, if you wanted that to be your hobby, you could, but I think we can find you a different hobby.
Yeah, I like watching sports still. There's just no
Yeah.
time. There's just no time these days.
Yeah, here's
anyone
hoping we get
else?
more time.
That
Did
that
anybody
game's
else
still going,
see-
isn't it?
Yeah. Did anybody else see a door open up somewhere, or am I supposed to jump in there?
So,
What?
as this memory
Huh.
plays and finishes, the door behind you all makes a click and an opening noise as if it wasn't already open. And you have a feeling that the doorway out of T's memories has been opened.
Oh, I didn't know. There it is.
Oh, thank fuck.
Oh boy.
Well,
Well,
Freedom.
all right, Mojave, you go first.
Jay goes.
God
Oh,
damn
I beat
Jay.
me to it.
Yeah, no, he did. Let's follow before he gets too far ahead.
oh jeez.
So, Jay, you choose to go first?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, Jay, flip a coin. Heads or tails? I got the coin. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Alright. So, Jay, you pop through the door. And you're back in the condo. You've walked through the front door. And this is a recent memory. This is like during that week of downtime before this mission kind of took you all off guard. You had all been just chilling one morning, eating breakfast, watching TV, and just relaxing. This is a oddly calm and very nice memory.
Oh man, this is the best memory. I think we should just stay in this one. Jay will like kick back. He'll probably mix himself together a mojito and just like kick back and start watching some TV or hop in the hot tub.
You can't pick up glass. Can he pick up a glass?
Yeah, does he succeed
Yes.
at these things?
Yes, Jay is able to pick up a glass. It appears that everything in the condo is functional.
We're home, guys. Doing good.
Huh. For no particular reason, I'm going to start looking under the furniture. Just for anything that's, like, off.
The furniture appears fairly normal, actually. Like, yeah,
Has the space under the couch rendered? We
Is
never
this-
look under there, we wouldn't remember it.
True.
looking under the couch, it is nothing but darkness.
Does the apartment? Well, does the condo look like it did when me and Jay first moved in before we like did our own stuff to it, or is it like current modern day condo?
Current modern day condo.
So the room that Mojave used to sleep in still does not have a door.
Do you want to go
Jay,
upstairs
did
to
you-
check?
Jay, did you break the simulation?
Under the couch is pretty funny looking. It's all
I mean,
dark.
I don't know, but the mojito may taste like a mojito. Maybe we can make like some non-alcoholic cocktails or something. Enjoy ourselves.
if I lift the couch at one end, is there just like a dark void under it?
You cannot lift the couch up.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Weird every time that happens.
Yep. I'd like to poke a hand gingerly into the dark space beneath the couch.
It is solid.
Oh,
Like you're touching black plastic or something. Just no give. Just a
that's
little wall.
weird.
Can I walk out onto like the deck of the infinity pool?
Yes, you can.
Hmm.
And upon going outside, it's almost like your brain finally registers what you're looking at. The sky outside the condo almost seems stitched together. Different times of day. There's even the moon and the sun are fully in the sky at the same time and are just as bright as each other. One half the sky almost appears like it's perfect nighttime. You can even see the lights in the buildings. And the other is somewhere near midday, and you can see the glint off the water.
I am gonna wander back towards the room I used to sleep in to see if the door is there.
The door is not there. But something is there. Standing in the doorway, there appears to be a small... Oh my god. I forgot the name of the bird.
Ha!
No, it's Havoc, but I forget the species of bird Havoc shows up as.
Magpie?
Magpie. I could remember birds. It's Havoc. Yeah, it's a small black magpie.
Sort of staring at it. You're not real. You're not even the normal kind of unreal.
It twitches its head and looks you dead in the face. Then it turns.
I'm just gonna
and
turn
hops
around
into-
and walk back downstairs.
It turns and hops into the room.
Yeah, I'm just walking back downstairs.
That's fair. Anything else anyone would like to investigate here?
Yeah.
I want to look for Midori, see if Midori is here.
There is no Midori here.
What about Scales' room? Does that door even open?
It does
Yeah.
Knew it.
Cloudy would actually test
This-
the front door.
You go to
Jay-
pull on the front door. Oh, yes, Jay.
No. Go ahead.
You go to pull on the front door, there is no doorknob, it's flat.
You know, I've always wanted to try this. And,
Where we're
I'll jump over the
walking.
railing.
Oh.
Oh!
We are testing the limitations of the simulation, boys.
Yeah.
And also testing the limits of the ST's patience, it would seem.
Correct. Absolutely.
So you jump
I'm
over
half
the
expecting to
edge.
land on the skybox. Like,
Yeah, or like the invisible walls smack your face as you try to go over the railing.
yeah.
So as you jump over the railing, you fall about 15 feet, maybe? And then it's like this just black screen for a moment, and then you crash land into your bed.
From the hallway
Down
as I hear the sudden
Down
noise
the
of T
hallway.
crashing into the bed.
Like T jumps over the railing and down the hallway. You all hear this crash as T slams into the bed and loud noises occur.
I'm okay.
Runs over to open the door to come check on the, what just happened.
I'm laying in the middle of a blown out, folded in bed. Give it a thumbs up.
Jeez.
T,
It looks like you.
good?
Sorry.
Yeah, I tried to jump over the railing. You guys should try it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
You
man.
get
It
that
looks like you
rush?
fell from a skyscraper or something.
Suddenly
I
looks
jumped up.
thoughtful.
I jumped from the balcony. I got this rush of elation, the free fall sensation, and then the rush of this is it. It's finally over. I'm free. And then I'm here, so no consequences. You guys should try it.
Jay will he'll nod and be like, "That's good advice, T. Yeah." And he will run towards the balcony and just jump off.
And now we're having fun, Softy. Now what are you gonna do?
So Jay,
He's just gonna
throw
vault
yourself. You throw yourself off the balcony. You fall about 15 feet. The black screen hits and you crash land into the back of T.
Hey,
Thanks
Jay,
for catching me, buddy.
Ceiling?
it's fun, right?
T, let me
What?
tell you about magical spec ops later, and how they do parachute landings.
Hmm.
Hint: there's no parachute. As he leaves and walks upstairs to check what's left of his room.
Mojave's just still staring at the ceiling where Jay appeared from.
Yeah,
What
it just seems like
happened?
Jay phased through the ceiling.
You're just here, man. You were just here suddenly.
What happens if we all jump at the same time?
Probably,
I think we all land on each other.
which is gonna go probably the best for me no matter what happens. So let's not.
Yeah. Hey, put me up against the ceiling. I want to see if I phase through it this way too.
Oh yeah. Stand on my shoulders. Then we're just doing this. I'm just gonna stand on the bed,
Jay.
lift Jay up.
Jay's gonna climb up on T's back.
Mojave's observing, nodding.
You climb up on T's back and you reach for the ceiling. And you go to push on the ceiling. And it's kind of like pushing on the surface jello. You push on it and you almost break the surface tension, but you're just not high enough to do it. You just can't get enough depth in there. But it's definitely soft, which a ceiling should not be soft.
Oh, dude. It's
Looks
like
like
Jello.
I would like to reach up as he says Jello and grab him by the back of his shirt and the seat of his pants, and I'm running out towards the pool, and I'm just gonna fucking running yeet this man out as far as I can into the void.
You gonna throw him out farther?
Yep.
Oh, fuck, we're going with
Jay's
this.
like, "Whoa."
So Jay, you go flying out the window, flying across this space. And you run or fall face first into some sort of invisible wall about 5 feet away from the railing. You then slide down it and you end up crashing. Right about the time Cloudy goes up to where his loft room is, you come crashing down onto Cloudy's bed.
I will rub my face like, oh man.
Hit the skybox going 180 miles an hour.
How do I look? I think I hit the brick wall or something. I definitely hit the skybox or the bounds. I found where the map ends, guys.
T is for Mojave. T is visibly weak after that. He's one hand on the railing, one hand on a knee. He's genuinely laughing pretty hard.
I face checked it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My
I
bad.
think Mojave is also laughing quite hard, running back and forth between the bed where he expected Jay to fall and T, and the bed where Jay actually fell, just dying a little bit.
Where you hear the crashing 2 stories up, just like, what? Jay, get out of my bed.
Yeah, so Jay will like stand up and walk off.
Oh.
Jump down, walk over to T like, oh man, that hurt. Try throwing me straight up into the ceiling.
I didn't
I want
know
to
that
see
was
it.
Wait, before
Wait.
Jay, just to look at him for a second, as a doctor, are there any injuries to his face?
Nope.
Huh.
But T, once you are able to control your laughter as you're just losing it, you look
Yeah.
up to where Jay had struck some invisible wall, and you see a crack.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick up Mojave.
No, I'm fragile!
Oh, that's true, actually. Hold on, let me put you down. Put him down and brush him off. There you go, buddy. How bad do we want to test this?
I'm gonna go looking for any other
Lawn
objects in the house that
furniture.
are interactable, any chairs that are
Lawn
movable.
Furniture.
Well, we can't move anything.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
he could move the mojito stuff.
I'm gonna run and fucking jump off the railing and just turn into a cannonball with my arms going first and plunge myself towards the skybox.
You
Full
go
Superman punch. Just
Full Superman punch, and you crash right through this.
oh,
And you go tumbling into darkness. And as T goes disappearing into the void, we're going to take a little break. All right, everybody, we are back from our short break. When we last left off, T had Superman jumped off a balcony in whatever sort of dreamscape situation the party is in and crashed through what appears to be some form of skybox. T, you are falling for only a short while in this sort of void-like area before landing with a rather big thud on ground. You can see nothing. If you were to look up, you can see the crack somewhere up there, but it just sort of almost looks like it's just floating.
if I cycle through my vision, it's no different.
Yeah.
Because I've got
you-
different vision settings on the Cyber Eyes.
Yeah, you try to pull your cycling, and there is no change here. Other than on the thermographic vision, there is an odd chill in the air around you. Almost like the floor. You can actually see the floor. There seems to be no walls. But the floor shows warm, and then there's just this coldness to the air that doesn't seem to be mingled to the floor, as it were. If you could see normally, you would assume there might be fog there. The other three, obviously, you are still back in the fake condo. Although you did watch T Superman jump, and there is now a hole in the sky.
So, like, when you say a hole in the sky,
I mean, looking out of the window at the weird, strange, stitched together skyline, it just appears like there is this hole just sitting there. Only a little bit of a
Okay.
distance. In fact, looking at it, it almost helps your eyes see the falseness that is that wall. You can almost tell that's a flat plane. That's not 3D. That's not in the distance.
How far is it, like, from the balcony?
T flew out about about 5 feet away.
Okay.
That's where Jason smashed into whatever the hell he smashed into, which was this object. So yeah, it's about 5 feet out.
So it's close enough that we can go over there and be like, T?
Yes.
Yeah, it's about as far away as Jay is tall.
Do I hear them?
Yes, you can hear them coming from that hole up there.
T?
I'm actually gonna pull my phone out and try to call Jay.
Jay will answer his phone. Oh, hey, T, did you get my message?
You're not. Yes, I did. You're not gonna fucking believe this, but there's a space back here.
Oh, dude. Bet. Let's go.
Well, hold on. Gotta let Cloudy know first. Hold on. I don't think he's with you guys, right?
A cloudy!
Okay. I'll go get him, and then we'll jump through the hole.
All right, I'll be here. I'll try to catch you. It's. Yep. Best of luck. Hang up my phone.
Cloudy.
Yeah, Mojave
Jay-
just already. I'm assuming that Jay, like, the volume was loud enough that Mojave could hear, and just
Yeah,
already.
Mojave
Hey,
probably
Cloudy!
overheard. And then Jay will be
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah.
let's get Cloudy and let's get through this hole. It's the way out of here.
Hey, Cloudy, T punched a hole in the sky, and we're gonna come jump through. Come on!
Okay. Alright, that's one way to make a door.
Jay will go
Cloudy
jump
will go
through
ahead, ready to hop through with the rest of them.
the hole.
Yeah, it was a bird in my room, but I like this way better.
There was a... It
Come
wasn't...
on, we're going off script!
Jeez, okay. When it comes to the astral, there is no off-script, okay. Into the void we go.
So who's jumping first?
Before anyone jumps, Softy, I do have my thermal still on, and I'm looking up toward that hole, and I'm just kind of like arms open, but like ready to try to catch somebody, depending on how far the drop is.
You know for a fact when you fell in here, you only fell maybe. It's only maybe like 10 feet above you, maybe 10 to 15 feet above you, give or take.
Right, and I took that very well, but to quote Mojave in a scared shriek, "I'm fragile."
My bones
let
aren't
you,
made of metal.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you attempt to save anybody who might not catch themselves.
Yeah, I feel like there's a moment of, okay, so who's going first? And if none of the others answer, I guess it's gonna be me, and I'm going to fling myself into the abyss.
Cloudy will actually go ahead and just lightly levitate himself with a nice little snap of his fingers, just...
Do I need to do a roll? Oh my god.
83 seconds. Trying to remember. I think it would be the gymnastics skill. So if you don't have it, it's a defaulted agility.
I definitely don't have.
Time to trip over my own feet and miss the hole in the sky.
All right, default your agility. Let's see what you get.
And I'm assuming here the -2 because astral sight vibes, confusion.
No, not here.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, hold on. Gotta check it. Ooh, you were so close. Oh, you are so close to getting crit glitch on that.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
So, Cloudy, you just calmly levitate yourself. T, you just watch Cloudy, like, just float back down right next to you. Basically, Jay and Mojave, you two are, like, looking at each other, and you nod. And in that moment of nod, Jay, you think that Mojave's saying you go first, and Mojave, you thinking Jay says you go first. So you both run at exactly the same time, hit the railing, fall, and you both tumble into the hole. And T, you are watching as in sort of a clump, Jay and Mojave are now falling towards you.
The eyebrows slowly knit together as I watch them plunge towards me. I'll try to catch both of them.
Yeah, I'll say that's, agility reaction.
Okay.
You gotta react, you gotta be agile enough to grab them. I'm just to say, you're strong enough. If you do catch them, you're gonna catch them.
Agility reaction. Let's see. 4.
That's enough. Yeah. They come tumbling in, and you go to capture them. They're kind of rolling over each other, so, when you catch them, Jay's upright, Mojave isn't. Well, yes, you now have them in your arms. You may do as you wish.
Hey, how's it going?
Thank you.
I think that was successful.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
pretty
help them
sure.
climb
I
out.
remember flying sometimes, and it's a lot different.
Yeah, so there's nothing really back here, but there is a space.
Neat.
I want to walk further into the space.
You go to walk further in the space, and the only way I can explain this is you try to walk anywhere, and you don't really go anywhere. You walk off, and you maybe get like a foot away, and almost every one of you're watching Jay just sort of walk in place for a moment. And Jay, you turn around, no one's moved, the hole hasn't moved. But right about this time, all of you hear a cawing noise. And through the hole comes flapping the magpie. The minute the magpie is through the hole, it closes up. You are all plunged into darkness with no ability to tell any form of direction.
Cannot see Mojave's eyes roll, but gosh darn, they've been rolled.
Mojave, remember when I said you can't get off script with the astral?
Doesn't mean I'm not gonna try.
I'd say you all are in darkness for maybe about 2 minutes, unsure of what to do. And then off ahead of you, there is a light at the end of this darkness, as it were. It is pale, almost pinkish, purplish. It shines. Seems like some form of exit.
Well, to the exit, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
I would like to try to grab the facsimile of Havoc.
Oh, it's gone.
Darn.
Oh yeah, it flew off in the darkness. So, you all make your way towards this light, and as you're walking in the darkness, you all begin to hear this whispering. It's a lot. It's a lot of voices, all at once. None of them are easily pinpointed. You could hear little bits and pieces of words, some in English, some in Spanish, some in other languages you can't identify. And they just sort of get louder and louder as you are approaching the light. They seem to more be coming from the darkness around you, not ahead of you. Once you are past this entrance of light, with its kind of odd shape. It's almost like an archway with just sort of a slightly pointed and bent at the top of it. Coming out, you find yourself on grass. It is warm air. It's just this nice smell of fresh water and leaves. There is the gentlest of noises of lapping water. And in front of you, about 10 feet, there is water. It only takes a bit to register where you are. When you had entered into the facility, there was a massive tree with purple weeping willow-like branches that fell down, and it was in the center of a giant circular lake. What seemed to be some form of crater lake. You appear to be under that tree, having walked out of a hole in its trunk. It stands massive over top of you, but looking out over the water, you're not in the desert. You see more trees. Smaller, but they're there. And you see spirits everywhere. Floating among the trees, flying above you, and standing on a rock, staring down into the water, is the magpie, sort of looking at itself.
Here's a question.
Yes.
If this is my memory, do they see this setting the way that I would remember it, with the astral and the physical overlaid?
That's... hold on. I cannot answer that. I'm gonna say right now, the way everyone is seeing this... I mean, Cloudy, you're gonna immediately know, and Mojave, you're gonna figure out... This is just in the astral plane. There is no mundane appearance here.
So they are
You
not
can't
experiencing the sensory hell that is my life.
No. No. I didn't know.
Had to ask.
I can't go any farther into that answer. You caught me. God damn it. I should have thought about this.
Here's your bird, Mojave. You want to go talk to it, or?
I mean, I don't really wanna.
All right, you want me to
But
shoot it?
like,
Whenever I'm inside my own head, reliving my memories, and I run into something I don't want to deal with, I do shoot it. It works every time. I'm telling you.
see, it's easy to say, but a lot of the time when I'm running into something that I don't want to see in a memory, it's me shooting something.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna poke the water's edge.
So you're gonna walk forward and go poke the water's edge?
Yeah, just kneel
Yeah.
down and touch the water.
I want to follow in case there's some sort of magic crocodile or something.
Just comes up, eats Mojave whole.
Yep, maybe. I don't know.
So you walk over to the water's
There.
edge, place your hands sort of on this very cool water. But, you reach out with a hand, but the reflection in the water isn't you, as you are now. It's the magpie. You're larger. Your eyes are this blazing orange color. But you're just stretching your wing out over the water.
Hand draws back. Kind of staring at that reflection for a moment. Hey, T, do you see that?
Anyone who looks into the water will see it.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is it?
yeah, I do.
Okay.
Are our reflections normal?
You all don't have reflections.
Mojave's a big bird.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Guess that's me.
Yeah, you were a bird before, weren't you?
Yeah, apparently.
Hmm.
So Havoc tells me.
Oh, you were right. You're not shitting out of a tree.
Yeah, I wasn't a real bird.
What did you do? Just fucking sit there?
I don't think I don't know. I don't think I was before I was. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to go? You wanna go?
No.
Kind of head tip towards the other bird. You wanna go?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go
Yeah.
talk to the me that I'm not.
Yeah.
You
Go
walk up
reluctantly, picking my feet.
walk over towards the bird, and as you reach its place of sitting, it vanishes. You hear splashing. Looking ahead of you, you see bubbling in the water. And eventually, what comes up to the surface is what appears to be Mojave. You're in a black suit, very disheveled. Multiple parts of it are torn. There seems to be the remnants of blood on your white shirt, and you're just sort of laying there floating in the water.
Just sort of nodding, like, "Yep, this is definitely familiar." Yep.
Anything you want to go do?
Mojave just kind of looking at the corpse that might be me, might be Oliver, might be who knows, who cares, just like, yep, that's
You want
exactly what that is.
me to fish that out for you?
You know, yeah, if you can, I might, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try. Is it close enough that I can reach it from the shore, or do I have to step into the water?
You would have to step into the water.
I'm going in the water.
You step down on the water, and it is solid like glass.
There's a very brief pause as he tests his weight on it, and then we'll continue forward.
As you trot along the top of the water, you come over to where the body of Oliver is actually gently floating and bobbing in a surface that to you is solid. You reach down to try to pick the body up or move it.
Well,
Oh.
so I'm gonna very specifically kind of try to guide the body so that I can lift the head out of the water by the hair and look at the face in a way that maybe Mojave can't see, just to see how bad it is before I bring his own bloated body over to him, potentially.
The body, other than the gunshot wounds to this body, the face is perfectly fine. In fact,
Okay,
the
all right,
body
sorry.
looks like it recently died. There's no bloating, no blue, no nothing. He doesn't even really
Okay,
look
all right,
dead.
all right. Oh. Okay.
Looks like he's asleep.
Alright. Then I'll roll the body over and then use the feet to push it toward the edge where Mojave is.
You reach down and try to grip the body, and you can't.
No. I'm
You
looking at
simply-
Mojave while my hands rapidly flap through it.
Nodding, I'm gonna touch the water again to see if it's actually water for me.
For you, it is solid as well, but as you touch onto the water, it glows slightly.
Sort of poking it for a moment. You know, I'm not certain who I am in this memory. If I'm points at corpse or gestures at area where Bird was.
I think you're the bird in this scenario.
Maybe.
I think you're gonna. I'll walk over to the edge of the water now because this is clearly not something I can help with. I think you're about to go be born again.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess I'm gonna go try and wander over to the body.
So you wander over to the body, and looking down into the water, you do see your reflection. Unlike you, it is just a magpie trotting along the water as if it's nothing. Eventually coming over to the body, you get this audio that plays in your mind as this imagery seems to blend slightly. Now, suddenly, the vision around you feels doubled. And everyone can tell this. It's like you're seeing the scene twice over top of each other. You hear a conversation. Hey, am I dead? There is no response. Oh. Shit. I don't want to die. There is no response. And then you hear, okay, yeah. That sounds like a good deal. I could do that. And then both this magpie entity that sort of hops up onto Oliver's body and Oliver seem to glow for a moment. The bird then stumbles backwards and flies up and away, seeming to vanish as it does. And the body seems to sink very quickly back down under the water. And through this almost clear water, you watch the body drift down lower and lower. And this tree, whose roots extend into these waters, reach up, surround the body, and pull it down into the lake bed.
And where? Am I watching? Am I the bird? Am I the body? Am I confused?
You're in a very strange state. It's like your vision is multiple places at once. It's very painful and very confusing, and it's
Yes.
it brings back a memory of confusion, and you become aware that the reason this is so strange is because you're experiencing two memories at once. You are experiencing Havoc's memory, or your memory, and Oliver's memory. This appears to be the point in time where they switched. But due to some reason, you cannot hear what the bird said. Or you can't remember what the bird said. What you may have said.
Being held. Headache is happening.
A relief to your headache comes quickly as the area in question of this tree is suddenly engulfed in a bright white light. And at this moment, all of you get the strangest sense of vertigo. You all feel very ill and very sick. Your vision almost is blurred, blended, like you're drunk. You find yourselves standing above all of this. Like you can observe everything. Above the tree, the flash of white light engulfs the whole tree, the lake, and you. And then, when it ends, you find yourself in the middle of the Mojave Desert, next to some sort of facility. You all know that this memory you're seeing isn't any of yours. You can almost feel the pain. This memory is the tree. The spirit in the tree. Seems whatever happened at the facility dragged this tree out of the astral plane and trapped it in the physical world. Also, you all find yourselves another sickening moment. You'll find yourself standing in front of the facility door. It creaks open and you have a new doorway to go through.
Mojave's still just holding his head. Just...
Seems the maze continues.
just happened?
Good question.
I'm me, right? Looking at hands.
You're not a bird.
Okay.
You've always been you, whether you are birdie or not.
That's true.
Yeah, you're the best
Question is just-
Mojave I know.
Which me?
You.
Still just staring at hands. We're here. But we're here and not here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're here for now.
Wherever here happens to be. And
Here is a
and
concept.
walk on right through that door.
You walk on through the door.
Walk on through the door.
Think if the tree is still there in this memory and is visible, there is a lingering glance at it as we leave because it seems to be Mojave's in a very confused state and his thought is like, is that tree my mom? I don't know what's what anymore.
I will not stop till all of you are confused of who your parents are.
First time having a spirit as a parent? Yeah, me too.
Oh, Lord.
I don't even know what I am.
You're like a bird doctor. But not a doctor for birds. You're like a... You know.
I mean, I think me and Jay are safe on that front. I think. I hope.
I'm dying. So, as you all enter through the facility door and it shuts behind you, you are expecting more of this memory maze you seem to be trapped in.
I'm not expecting anything at this point.
No. I 100% am as I walk through that door.
But what you do find is a strange place. Almost an
As
actual...
opposed to everywhere else we've been, that's so normal.
I know, right?
I'm
it's
so
almost an
sorry.
I'm going out the window now. No, it's a place that's like memories stitched together. There's pieces everywhere. Nothing is the same. No wall is the same. The floors are blended. Nothing feels real here. And looking forward, this twisting halls, this actually appears to have literally turned into a maze.
I bet if we just pick a wall and follow it out will escape.
Hey T, you think you can punch through these walls? Probably not, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, probably not. I had trouble lifting a couch earlier. I can try
Yeah.
it, but I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
don't
might
think
be
it's
wishful
gonna-
thinking, but I'm wishing.
All right, well, I'm gonna try to grant Mojave's wish and just blast through this wall. I assume there's a pong and I bounce off.
You throw a punch into the wall. All of you are suddenly struck with hearing the sound of cracking. Not dissimilar to the sounds of bones. Almost in the distance, not really near you, not loud enough to hurt, just audible. There's a scream of pain from a man.
Here in
See,
this
the
weird
wall-
space, is the space still breathing?
You've not sensed the breathing while you're in here.
Okay.
The wall in front of you, T, has crunched in, but it has not broken through. But you did a good bit of damage to it.
Well, the answer seems to be yes, eventually. But what do we think that scream was? Well, if it's Manny, I don't give a shit what cost. We don't know, or Hammy. Hammy?
Hammy.
If that's Hammy, I really don't give a fuck if we're hurting Hammy. But we don't know who that is. So maybe. What are you guys gonna do?
Put my hand up against the right wall and follow it.
Do you think... I mean, so far it seems that if we keep playing the maze, we'll just keep doing more maze.
Yeah.
What happens if you fail at the maze really bad? Do you get ejected out of the game board? And
I don't know,
put it
because
on
I'm
the
just
table?
thinking about that skeleton that was wearing the magic crown thing, because he seemed like he got stuck in memory land forever. I don't want to end up bones because I got stuck in memory land forever. I don't want to do the maze anymore.
Am
We
I?
tried breaking the maze and we wound up here regardless.
Yeah.
And this time, there appears to be a consequence for it.
Consequence to who?
Some jack off?
I don't know.
Like, on one hand, yeah, I took an oath to not harm folks, but on the other hand, I don't know if that applies to Magic Weird Dreamland.
Well, hey, you're not hurting anybody. It's me.
That's also true!
Yeah, you could. Yeah, just ask me to stop while I'm not stopping, and you're basically off the hook.
That's an ethical... argument, to be sure.
Maybe. I could also try punching down through the floor if you want to just jump down again.
We could try. I mean, is that or just keep wandering forever?
Yeah, I mean.
Is there a ceiling? Hold on. Like, is there an upper limit to these walls right now?
Yeah. The walls are only about, I don't know, 10 feet, couple feet, higher than T.
I still have my levitate on. I still have that concentrated on. Just whoop, peek above the little maze there.
As you levitate up above the maze, you are able to see its entire scale. It is massive. And you can see sections of this maze that are almost specific, actually. They seem to end in rooms that are recognizable. There is a section of the maze that seems almost entirely made of pale stucco walls with a red brick top, with almost like they're lit by a warm sunlight. There's another area that's entirely mechanical. A black and red engineering bay sits at its exit. There is an area that appears to be related to the tree, leading towards what almost looks like a strange cutout of the base of it. Areas that look like the halls of where T might have grown up. From up here, you can almost tell that without ever realizing it, you all have always been in this maze the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are now almost appears broken off from the maze. Like it's not finished, or it's wrong. It's not placed correctly. It's not made for any one of you. It's not made for all of you. It's separated. You do actually appear to have broken out of the normal maze.
I'll take a picture from as feasibly up as I can go, and then send it,
What the fuck?
saying, congratulations. We're not as bad off as we were before.
Oh. So I'm hearing break more things, harm the architect, fuck this place, fight the power, eat the rich. That what I'm hearing?
Do I see what could hypothetically be an exit?
Yes.
Or an area that isn't, or an area that isn't one of us four?
There, at the center of this whole maze, there is an area that the best way to describe it is it looks like the machine you all had been at before you passed out and seemingly woke up in this dreamscape. All these mazes seem to link back to this machine, including the broken, shattered one that you're in. In fact, the one that you're in has wires that come from this machine that are threaded through various parts of the walls, guiding away straight to the machine. As long as you can find one of these cables, you can follow it all the way there.
I'll follow the cable.
You have to find it first.
Am I able to plot out a path from my little bird's eye view?
Yes. You
To
may
the
go
wire.
there and guide. Yes, you may go there and guide everyone to the wire.
All right. I do that and just be like, we probably should have wound up punching this anyway. But for now, let's follow the wire.
I mean, I can punch it while I follow you. I mean,
Yeah, that's the point.
are you
Oh.
making a suggestion?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
All right, every
Punch the
couple
wall?
yards, I'm just punching the wall as hard as I can.
Okay, so as you are going through the maze, we're gonna do this. You can punch the walls. Something similar will occur to what that first wall did, where you punch into it, it depresses, you hear a cracking noise, and a scream in the distance. The scream this time, though, is a woman's. And as you are running through this maze, all of you are going to start hearing three voices speaking at once tell you to stop. Go back, go away. And every time you hear this, you're going to make a composure test. So, for this first one you're going to deal with, I need you all to make a composure test for me real quick.
Excuse me, mysterious voices. We'd love to go away.
Absolutely not.
I'll use my chivalry roll on this.
Is composure a skill?
composure
It's
is
up your
in your
attributes.
attributes section.
I see it. See it.
Jay, as everyone is running through following the wires, you, upon these things asking you to go away, you, without even realizing it, do an about face and start to attempt to run the other way.
Ah, where are you going?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's just Jay that turns around?
Yeah,
Mhm.
only Jay failed.
Okay. And he's just like sprinting, or is he like walking away?
He kind of like stops hard and then completely about faces. You have about 3 seconds to stop him.
Sure, hand on shoulder.
Jay will turn around and say, "Hey, where'd you come from? How'd you get in front of me?
What are you doing, Jay?
I'm going forward."
You're going backwards.
You're-
man.
Oh. Okay, I'll go the other forward then. I'll like do a 180 and then go the other way.
No.
That is fair. To do shorthand, you only have to do 3 of these. All 4 will have to roll it. At least 2 of you must pass. That is a 3 or over. As long as 2 of you pass, they may stop the other 2 from going backward.
As much as I'm having fun punching this place, after
You
that
invited us
first
here,
time,
voices.
after that first time, as much as I'm having fun, it clearly just messed with Jay.
Yeah, maybe stop
Maybe-
that. Yeah,
Maybe
that's
I'll
fair.
stop. Maybe I'll stop.
Yeah.
So,
I think Mojave does just yell to the sky, "You invited us here. You can't complain that we're here."
Yeah. Yeah, you did do this. That's true.
So, you all will continue following the wire. About halfway through this, all of you will need to make another composure test.
Shit. Doing it anyway. These motherfuckers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no. T, save us.
Hold on.
We
hold
do
on.
have that
Come
reroll
on.
from Celis if needed.
There's
Oh.
a chance. There's a chance.
It has to be 3 or above. You had a reroll?
That's still half, I think.
Okay.
That's still half, I think.
It is still half.
Nascadian got it.
Yeah, it is still half. You are able to keep going. Alright, we're going to move forward a little farther. You have reached the 3rd one. You're almost at the end of the maze. Now everyone roll composure one more time.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Okay.
I
Okay.
barely made it.
Okay. Oh shit.
Lost.
Ah.
So we've got that reroll from Celis.
We do.
Who wants to re-roll it?
Probably
I should
Mojave.
probably be
bigger
Day.
pool. Yeah.
Probably should
Okay.
be day.
You've got a much bigger pool than me in Muskegon.
Fingers crossed.
Hey.
Ooh.
Alright, so. You all make it out of the maze. You are now standing at the foot of this machine. Staring up at this massive thing. All of you feel this strange sense of just a mixture of deja vu and vertigo and sickness. All of you are dropped to your knees. Upon opening your eyes and rising, all of you find yourselves where you fell asleep before. All of you are coming to, 2 of you, dangerously close to the ladders that you had climbed up before. And laying next to you is Morningstar. She seems to still be asleep, but is currently starting to wake up as well. And with all of the people awake, seemingly out of the maze, though it's a bit early, we're going to end it here for today. Mostly because I think Noscavian might pass out in a second. I love you dearly.
Sorry.
There is no sorry. I'm also... You guys made it out of the maze. I'm not going to get it. So, we are going to call it for today. I guess... Oh, Noscavian, I don't know if you did the beard stroke, but you had one more beard stroke before we ended.
Too tired.
So,
like,
thanks
nah,
everyone
good.
for coming out and hanging with us. Thank you for playing, guys. I know this was a bit of a weird one, but hey. So, let's see. My brain don't work. Oh my god. Why does my brain not work? We are going to go in order of the sleepiest of boys. Starting with Jason. Who are you and why do you exist?
I am Noscavian. I play tabletop RPGs. I play Jason every Monday on Table of Horrors with our Cosmic GM Softy. I play Barry every Friday on Table of Horrors with our our normal GM or horror GM Shiv, because he does more than just vampire.
Our
And
hedgehog
then-
GM.
Our Hedgehog GM, there we go. With our Hedgehog GM, who who runs our VTM game. I have friends who write books. Our very own Daybreakathon writes Windswept and Wordbreaker. And I have a friend who writes a book called Obelisk, The Long Dream. And you can find out more at obelisk.link.
Let's see. Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
My brain has been rotated like a quarter turn counterclockwise inside my skull, so I just really don't know anything anymore. I'm Daybreakathon. You can find me streaming nonsense here on Twitch over at Daybreakathon. Lately been playing a lot of Subnautica. That's not it. That the daybreak you have reached has been disconnected. Please try again after the tone. I'll give up. That's all you're getting.
That's all we're getting. I don't know how much you got. Yeah. Day is a wonderful streamer, our beautiful friend, does commissions. Go see Day's artwork. Go get Day's books. Go watch Day's stream. That's all that matters. The
My
books,
dog has come
Day's
running to say
beautiful
hello.
books. And we all love Day's dog as well. The goodest of omens. Cloudy. Who are you and why do you exist?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lord Rodon, and I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. I will occasionally guest star on various little nerds throughout Twitch. You find me if you can. Otherwise, I just vibe and do things in my off time. So yeah. Ping me if you want. I don't know, D&D advice. I don't know what I have to say. I don't do our commission. Now what is that?
I'm dying. T103, who are you and why do you exist?
God help me. I am Slippery Nosferatu, and I exist to play TTRPGs. I'm in like 5 or 6 of them throughout the week. A few are streamed, most are not. I am garbage. I also stream on my own channel in the middle of the week when I'm not doing TTRPG stuff, which probably should be the first priority, but it's the second one. I'm here Mondays as T103, as you've seen. I'm here Fridays as Slippery Nosferatu, quite literally. And I think coming up this week at some point, me and Day are doing a drunk Phasmophobia stream.
Yes.
Potentially.
It's gonna be a very
So-
good time.
Be ready for that shit.
No.
What?
And we'll have a new player. We're gonna have a new player with us who's never played the game before. She got the game just kind of to learn it, and so we are not going to have a lot of help. So get ready.
Why was I not invited to this?
Because we mentioned it for the first time literally like yesterday and we haven't like done official coordination yet.
Yeah. It's at some point this week, maybe next week. We don't know, but it is an idea that is there.
Well, wait,
I
what
like getting
game?
drunk.
Phasmophobia.
Drunk Phaz.
All right.
Drunk.
Other than drunk Faz being glorious. I am the Cosmic Geom. So I'm Softonomicon. I'm the GM here on Mondays for Shadowrun. On Fridays, I play Ebony, the absolute and utter emo goth princess. Ventru, are you surprised? My brain stopped working. I have my own channel where I stream generally variety. I do art and video games. Right now, we are going through all of Blasphemous, trying to 100% it before the second game comes out. And artwork-wise, I tend to be doing a lot of work on my graphic design stuff. Funnily enough, for stuff on this channel, a lot. On this channel of Table of Horrors, my lovely second home, with my lovely hedgehog husband Shiver here. I have some projects in the background that may be coming forward soon. With maybe some of the people that you see regularly here might be in them. Who knows? Spicy. I'm trying to get damn... Shiv, what's the one for us? Thank you. Love you. Right as I ask it, it goes up in chat.
All of our brains are rotated today. It's fine.
All of our brains are rotated. You know, it's a sleepy day. You know what? It is a very sleepy day. That's how this is going. I have a Patreon. I do art commissions. All the links are on Twitter and the About section of my Twitch page. Tired today. That's all I'm getting out of here. We are gonna go rating on our friend Space, who plays on our channel. It is Space's birthday stream. So when we get there, everyone give nice birthday wishes. Space is playing Kingdom Hearts HD right now. So we're gonna get there, we're gonna go scream happy birthday. Everyone make sure you do that. Once Shiv starts the thing, and I see that the raid come up in the background. Thank you, Shiv. But we cannot leave until the sleepiest of boys, Noscavian, gets up and lets us see his chair. Oh, Noscavian.
Da, 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 da.
Ah. Oh, Lord.